The room was silent when he stood. The projector hummed, casting soft light across polished wood and polished faces. Investors who believed they were witnessing a future being shaped. My future. Then his voice sliced through it. We're going with my concept instead. My wife's brother. The so-called operations manager. Smug, loud, dripping arrogance like cheap cologne. He didn't look at me when he said it. He didn't have to. The betrayal was already rehearsed. Applause burst around him, forced, eager, pathetic. Investors clapped. My wife smiled, pretending surprise she could never earn. I closed my laptop slowly, deliberate, controlled. No anger, no panic, just a clean, sharp stillness inside me. Enjoy the funding, I murmured. They thought I lost then. They thought I would crumble, crawl, beg. I walked out instead, passing their cheers as though they belonged to a funeral. 48 hours later, I sat at a boardroom table. Different city, different air. The chairman leaned back, old eyes gleaming with something between apology and awe. The CFO entered last, saw me at the head, stopped breathing. "You're back, Chairman?" The question died before it finished. Their face drained white, terrified. They had no idea I was never out. Betrayal tastes metallic at first. Shock, disbelief, a slow swallow of poison. Then it becomes fuel. And I had just begun to burn. It didn't start in the boardroom. It started at home. Always at home. The night whispers. The cautious smiles. The way she started speaking to him in low tones, private tones. My wife. Blood aligned with him, spine aligned with greed. Once she adored my ambition. Now she treated it like something to harvest. I watched subtle signs. A text she hid when I walked past. A family dinner where her brother spoke like the company was already his. Her fingers trembling slightly as she accidentally mentioned investor names she shouldn't know. I didn't accuse. Accusations are gifts to amateurs. Silence is a blade. And I wielded it quietly. I played dumb. The fool they hoped to profit from. When our daughter-in-law sneered over the phone weeks earlier, "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes," I realized something important. Disrespect never blooms alone. It grows on roots of resentment, entitlement, and secrets. I said only one word, and I hung up. They mistook calm for weakness. They always do. When she saw the photos of my villa in Switzerland, the one she didn't know existed, my phone rang 71 times, all ignored. People only chase you when they believe they lost control of you. And betrayal is never accidental. It is planned, practiced, polished until it gleams. I did not rage. I studied. I remembered every smirk, every hushed call, every time they thought they were clever. I built our company from nothing, from nights without sleep, from bones that cracked under ambition. And they thought they could hijack it with whispers and applause. Fools. Greedy, shaking little fools. I did not lose that day. I simply went quiet. And quiet men are the most dangerous. The first move was information. Never emotion, never noise. I reviewed systems quietly, access logs, internal transfers, a meeting calendar forwarded to her personal email, a non-disclosure breach disguised as family collaboration. Pieces, small, sharp. I hired auditors before they knew I suspected anything, external, invisible, paid through a foundation they didn't know was mine. They sat in rooms with my betrayers, smiling warmly while gathering every careless lie. I recorded nothing. Screenshots are clumsy. Paper leaves trails. I gathered witnesses. The chairman who always admired me. The old board member who saw greed like wolves see wounds. Former partners suddenly checking in. False vulnerability is a powerful weapon. Maybe I'm losing touch, I'd say quietly. Maybe I should step back. They believed me. They encouraged it. Their hunger exposed them more than any evidence could. Meanwhile, she rehearsed her innocence at night, whispered to him on the balcony, thinking I slept. Practiced phrases like, "It was just business. You've been distant. You work too much." The classics of the disloyal. I listened through thin walls and a colder heart. I watched her brother celebrate too early, the tragic flaw of the untested. They forgot the nature of builders. Builders don't panic. Builders don't break. Builders wait, watch, and strike when foundation's weakest. I never raised my voice. I never changed my routine. I kissed her goodnight with the same measured calm. She mistook it for love. It was patience. Patience sharpened by betrayal becomes justice. By the time they announced their vision to investors, I had already secured my return, already signed documents, already bought silence, already owned the room they thought they conquered. And when I closed my laptop, they believed I was defeated. Defeat is loud. Mine was quiet. The quiet before execution. The evidence arrived in a sealed leather folder. Not dramatic, professional, clinical. Internal collusion, unauthorized leaks, conflict of interest, attempted hostile takeover masked as family contribution. She walked into my office with fake warmth. I handed her the folder without a word. Her hands trembled before she opened it. Interesting how guilt shakes faster than fear. What is this? I didn't answer. Silence forces honesty. Her brother entered seconds later, summoned by instinct, not invitation. His face fell when he saw the papers. Cold satisfaction washed through me. Not joy, not victory, recognition. This is what betrayal looks like when exposed to daylight. When the chairman walked in, they both flinched. "I believe there's been a misunderstanding," she whispered. I looked at her like one looks at a stranger who once had a familiar face. "No," I said quietly, "there's been clarity." She broke. He stuttered. Excuses dripped like oil. I felt nothing. Grief ends where truth begins. The boardroom called emergency session. They sat across me, small, pale, shaking beneath forced confidence. I didn't raise my voice. Power never needs volume. I simply slid a second document forward. Board reinstatement, new controlling rights, immediate removal of corrupt executives. No signatures needed. Already done. Their mouths opened, but shock stole language. "You betrayed me for crumbs," I finally spoke. Even my voice felt distant, like steel cooling. My wife reached for my hand. I pulled mine away as if from fire. Her brother tried to laugh, but fear strangled the sound. Security waited outside. Not loud, not violent, just final. "You thought applause meant power," I whispered. "It meant performance." They were escorted out, not with screams, but with stunned silence. The cruelest punishment is dignity denied to those who craved it most. When I left the building, winter air bit my face, sharp, honest. My phone buzzed again, her name flashing like a dying light. 71 missed calls became 72. I turned it off. Power isn't in answering, power is in indifference. People ask if revenge feels good. It doesn't. It feels necessary. Some wounds aren't healed. They're cauterized. I built my empire alone once. I could rebuild life alone too. They tried to consume what I created. They choked on it instead. In Switzerland, I will breathe mountain air, silence, snow, solitude without treachery. Family by blood means nothing. Family by loyalty is everything. They lost access to me today. Access was the real privilege. I didn't destroy them. I simply removed myself. And absence is the most painful punishment of all. I walked away without looking back. Betrayal buried, empire intact, heart colder, future cleaner. Some victories are quiet. Some endings don't echo. They just stop. Like a door closing softly on someone who will never be allowed inside again.